Yeah, certainly we back Carlos with his death bowling. That's why he's in the side as another death option. Unfortunately, that's the game we play, that when you're under pressure, sometimes life gets a little bit tough, and credit to the way Faf batted. He batted beautifully. To be fair, that's not what I look at in terms of where we wanted to correct ourselves. I think with the bat, we could have taken some better options in order to get maybe another 15 or 20 on that surface. A couple of things didn't go our way, but that's the nature of the sport, so we're moving on from that. But I think we could have taken a few smarter options to get a few more on the board. But the way we fought back with the ball in hand, it's obviously very tough to swallow, because we certainly back our death bowling to close games out from that point. But we have been on the right side a number of those results throughout this league, and today it wasn't to be. I think the bowlers were outstanding today. A few balls here and there in the death. I think when it is a low-scoring game, a couple of edges. It's such a fine line, and it was just a shame. I think we always back ourselves to close games out from that point. But saying that, there's a number of other areas that we would like to touch on going into our next game. Death bowling for us is a strength. But today, look, CSK played well, showed their depth with the bat. Obviously, Takua coming in, and he obviously can hit the ball a bit as well, and prove to be effective. So frustrating, but we're off to Calcutta, and it's important we show some signs of improvement there.
Do you expect such a bowler can be?
No, I mean, I think it wasn't a bad surface. It took a little bit of turn, but it was probably a 160 wicket, so we were a little bit short with the bat, but a credit to the way we were able to pull it back. It did swing, which if it swings and you take early wickets, then I suppose you can be in the game for a large majority of it, and we were able to do that, which was great. It ebbed and flowed, didn't it? So look, once again, we were certainly backing ourselves to close the game out. It wasn't to be. We've been on the right side of a number of those results, but we have to sort of swallow it up today, move on, and be better in the next game.
Last one.
Do you think there's some kind of bias to not give spinners too many overs as he gets when defending totals? And when you have 2 overs left, how exactly do you pick between Buri and Paul? Because both have been doing well.
Yeah, both are great. In terms of the spinners on that surface, you're always weighing up, I guess, who to go with, and for us, we have such good seam death bowlers, so we always back those guys. So it is always a balance, but you just weigh it up on the right surface. If it stops and turns, then sometimes that spin option is nice to have. It was offering a little bit for the spin, but they had to bowl well to get it out of it, so we were backing our seamers. And in terms of choosing between those two, they're both very good operators. Siddharth in his over before executed beautifully, so I wanted to keep that rhythm going. And a few near misses and a little bit of fortune, few edges, and that's sort of the way it goes. But once again, in terms of our review, it's in a number of areas that we want to touch on, because we would have liked to have got a few more runs on the board.